Welcome back, friends. When it comes to wine, it is clear that our next guest knows his stuff. And in today's Happiest Hour, sponsored by Pace's Markets, Adam Pace is taking us on a tour of the Asti region and its famous Moscato. Welcome back, my good sir.
Good to see you.
Did I say the region right?
You did.
Come on,
you
no
did.
passport needed.
That's
okay.
right.
Where is the Asti region?
So that's a great question. So this is in the northwestern part of Italy.
Okay.
There's a region called Piedmont. It's probably about an hour east of Torino and maybe an hour and a half west of Milan.
Wow.
And so it's in this real beautiful hilly area. And so there's a name. So the name of the town is called Asti. And so they grow, some of the most famous red wines in all of Italy come from this little from this little region in this area. But they grow Moscato there, and a lot of people know Moscato as being a sweet wine. It doesn't have to be sweet.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
But a majority of them are sweet?
That we know of, yeah. So Moscato is a really old grape variety, and they in this case it's made with Moscato Bianco, which is the white version of Moscato. And one of the interesting things about Moscato d'Asti is it's regulated by the Italian government to be a certain style of wine made in a certain way. So we've talked before about different types of sparkling wine.
Yes.
So there's perlante, which means think of the teeny tiny little slightly effervescent bottles. There's frizzante, which means sparkling or kind of frizzante, so lightly sparkling. And there's spumanti. Spumanti means fully sparkling. A lot of people think spumanti means sweet. So they see Asti Spumanti.
Yeah.
So there's two white wines from Asti. There's Moscato d'Asti, and then there's Asti Spumanti.
I love the way you pronounce these
Well, they're
things.
both made with Moscato, except the difference is that Asti Spumanti, it's a little bit higher in alcohol, but it's fully sparkling.
Come on.
But Moscato d'Asti, it's a lower in alcohol.
Ooh.
I know. You could just drink a little bit more, right?
There you go, more glasses.
And both of them, but Moscato d'Asti is always going to be sweet. So it's going to have plenty of sweetness, and it's delicious.
Well, I can't wait to
you're
try it.
right.
What have you brought us today?
So there's a lot of different ones out there. But you want to look for that it has d'Asti on the label.
Okay.
And so if you look on the bottle, there's always going to be this little tag called DOCG. Basically, it means that the consortium in Italy has said that this is an authentic wine. They actually taste and sample these products before they're even allowed to get these tags.
What a hard job.
I know, it's a sacrifice, but
Right.
they do it. All right. So one of the great things about Moscato from this area is it's a great place to grow this, but Moscato, about 65% of all the production is actually sold in the United States.
Really?
They export about 90% of the
So
product.
Italians don't like their own product?
They drink it, but there's just a lot of people over here drinking it.
Because it's good.
Because
okay?
it's good.
It's
good. That's good.
And what's the name of the one you bought us today?
So this one is Villa Rosa.
Villa Rosa.
And so there's a bunch. There's Vietti. There's Marco Bonfanti. There's a bunch of different brands out there, and a lot of people have really kind of known it, looking for these blue bottle. Blue bottle doesn't mean anything. I will say, in general, the glass is important. This is completely aside. The darker the glass, the less influence that the UV rays and sunlight have against the wine or the beer or whatever it is.
And that's a benefit to the wine?
It's absolutely. So there's not a correlation between is a product better whether it's in clear glass or brown glass. The product will be fresher because it's not exposed to some UV rays in a darker bottle. So in this case, this is super brown.
Come on,
but
we like brown.
But it's got screw cap though, which makes it even
I know,
easier.
it makes it easy to drink the whole bottle in
That's
one
right.
sitting. Okay,
That's right.
well, let's try it.
Yes.
You've taught me how to sample wine.
That's right. So you're gonna smell a little bit of bubble. So it's almost like a mousse on there. And so that's right. So when you swirl this, those bubbles and that effervescence, you're gonna smell. It's really pretty, huh?
This is delicious.
And
but y'all know what I like.
We do.
Y'all know what I like.
But one of the things about Moscato d'Asti that other Moscatos from other parts of the world don't have is one of the markers in it. It almost has almost like a slightly savory saginess to the wine.
This is absolutely delicious, and it is very sweet. This is definitely very sweet. I'm tasting the sweetness, and I see some desserts here.
Yeah, and so one of the classic pairings is amaretti cookies. So these little cookies right here.
Love them.
And then we have quadratinis, which is one of my favorite things. I ate half the bag.
Hilarious, as you should.
So lots of different Italian cookies. the Pepperidge Farm Veronas. So it's pretty good. And
I love these.
But what it does is, this is the thing. When you're having dessert and dessert wine, even though this isn't necessarily dessert wine, be careful because you can drink the whole bottle. But you always want to make sure that your wine is sweeter than your dessert. Always. Because if you have a wine that is drier or your dessert is sweeter, it's going to make the wine taste bitter.
And we don't want that.
And we don't want bitter.
We want the sweetness like
sweet.
this one.
That's
this
right.
is delicious.
That's right.
All of this is good. Save it all for us. Okay, listen. Cheers to you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for
Yes,
joining
sir.
us as always. And look, if you want to pick up this bottle or really any other different type of Moscato, head over to Acquista Paces. They offer several different types. They have 3 locations, one in Covington, one in Mandeville, and one in Slidell. For more information, acquistapace.com. And remember, always drink responsibly. I'm a